It appears that President-elect Donald Trump is assembling the wealthiest cabinet the country, nay, the world, has ever seen. Starting to look a lot like
Oligarchy.
out there. At least 11 of Trump's picks for strategic positions have either achieved billionaire status, or they have billionaire spouses, or are real close to be able to grab in that bag. All right, that billionaire bag. The net result is that this will be the wealthiest administration in U.S. history, worth a total of $340 billion just at the start of this week, before Donald Trump further boosted its monetary value by trying to appoint at least 3 more billionaires. Yes, this is even more out of touch wealthy since Trump's first cabinet. Okay, this cabinet will be, which was at the time the richest U.S. cabinet ever formed, containing such super rich members as Rex Tillerson, or I like to call him Tex Drillerson, the former chief executive of ExxonMobil, and Wilbur Ross, the Commerce Secretary, who had become wealthy through restructuring bankrupt companies. Other members include WWE co-founder Linda McMahon as Education Secretary, worth $2.6 billion, Warren Stevens, ambassador to the UK, worth $3.3 billion, Charles Kushner, father of Jared Kushner, the ambassador to France, $2.9 billion net worth, Jared Isaacman, a NASA administrator, worth $1.9 billion, Kelly Loeffler, small business administrator, at $1.1 billion, Stephen Feinberg, deputy defense secretary, worth just $5 billion. Oh, just $5 billion. Oh, okay. Howard Lutnick, Commerce Secretary, worth $2 billion. Doug Burgum, the Interior Secretary, worth $1.1 billion. And by the way, Burgum's friend, Harold Hamm, is an oil magnate billionaire. So we know what direction his Interior Department is going to go. Drill, baby, drill. So, yeah. Great. Now, of course, the wealthiest member of Trump's 2024 class is, of course, the world's richest man-child, Elon Musk. That's right.
Elon
Elon Musk, along with Vivek Ramaswamy, another tech entrepreneur who's said to be worth at least $1 billion, they're together going to be running the newly created Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE, like the little dog. Funny about that, DOGE's not a real department. Okay, it's got to actually be authorized by Congress to be a real department. So it's basically just sitting outside of government with a couple of billionaires, basically trying to figure out, hey, what parts of government can we cut? I know they're talking about we're gonna stop government waste. How are they gonna do that? Well, so far, they're talking about going after Medicaid, talking about going after veterans' health care, talking about Social Security, that's on the table, Medicare, all that stuff. So, yeah, not good. Whereas we could look at some of the real waste, like in the Pentagon, or the massive amounts of corporate subsidies, yes, that are going to people like Elon Musk. Oh, well, then I guess we're not going to look at that. Now, here's the other thing, right? Donald Trump's pick for Center for Medicare Services, right, Dr. Oz, he wants to put all the seniors into United Healthcare Group type Medicare Advantage plans, to get rid of traditional Medicare and put everybody on these Medicare Advantage plans. I can't imagine that would be all that popular, considering the reaction to the CEO of United Healthcare Group, that his murder earlier this week. These Medicare Advantage plans, specifically for United Healthcare, actually used a faulty AI algorithm to deny claims. Now, why do I say faulty with, quotation marks? It had a 90% error rate. Now, you could look at that and say, well, that seems faulty to me. 90% error rate? Wow. No, but to them, understand that it's working as intended. Why? Because United Healthcare saved money by denying people care, which in a lot of cases ended up killing the patient because they weren't getting the care that they needed. So, this is the candidate, Trump, who claimed he's going to be looking out for the working class. He's going to help everybody lower the price of groceries, lower the price of drugs. It's got concepts of a plan for healthcare. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Let me just say,
Bullshit.
yeah. Nothing says working class like setting up a literal oligarchy that is going to and is designed to suck out all the money from government programs and put it into his and his friends and donors' pockets. That's the whole point. Okay, this government that Trump is setting up, it is going to be an oligarchic kleptocracy, but also elements of kakistocracy, because these people are unqualified to run any of these departments. They don't have any experience. But remember, they're not set there. They weren't appointed to run these departments efficiently and to do what these departments want. No. They're set up to destroy these departments, to privatize them, and push all that government money into private hands. That's it. David Cass, the executive director for of Americans for Tax Fairness, said the goal of Trump's government, by the billionaires for the billionaires, is huge tax cuts for the super rich, which would be achieved at the cost of slashing services such as education, Social Security, and Medicaid. Cass said, look, voters wanted to change, and I don't deny that. Okay, status quo, definitely not working. Okay, not good. However, what we're going to get with Donald Trump is actually the status quo on steroids. It's going to take all the things that are going wrong and make them worse. Because the reality is, a lot of the problems that we are facing in this country today are a result of rich people. Okay? And you could trace a lot of the policies that have gone wrong back to Ronald Reagan, who worked for rich people. Okay? And for the politics around that time, the Republican Party of that time, making sure to flood more private money into our political system so that our politicians will work for those donors. So, yeah. Now, Cass says, quote, I think what's going to happen is that people will say, that's not actually what I wanted, the changes that Trump's going to be making. The rich are rich enough and don't need more tax cuts. How about helping me? Now, their response is going to be, oh, I'm going to help you. Help you? I'm not going to help you. No, you're not my donors. Yeah. Look, Trump doesn't need voters anymore. Okay? He's already won what we hope is his last election. Okay? I know. I don't put it past him to want to run for a third term, even though he's constitutionally barred from doing so. It wouldn't surprise me, though, because they don't care about rule of law, constitution, whatever. But anyway, if he tries, if he doesn't try to run for a third term, or think that he's going to try to be able to run for a third term, then he doesn't have to face off. He would know that he doesn't have to face off against any voters at any time. So you know what? That means the robbery that he's going to enact on us, because he already started it in this first term, is going to be much bigger and much more obvious. And he's not going to care about the future of the Republican Party, because he doesn't care about the Republican Party as an institution. That it was a means to an end for him to enact the robbery on the American people. Okay? Now, the problem is, or one of the problems, I should say, is that Trump and Republicans, mainly Republicans, have been so successful in making voters believe that the government is the one that is actually doing the robbery. When in reality, it's the corporations, the security CEOs, It's their allies on Capitol Hill. Okay? It basically, the enshittification of our political system has a lot to do with moneyed interests that want public money going into private hands. Okay, so the donors here, they won huge in this election. Elon Musk, he poured $250 million into this election for Donald Trump, and, well, he helped buy this election. Okay, Elon, he's already made billions of dollars off the government. He stands to make billions more. Okay, and that's it. And that's not even talking about the tax cuts that he's going to get. Okay, and then of course you have Jeff Bezos. Yeah, he's another billionaire who says he can't wait to work with Donald Trump to what? Gut regulations. Of course. Recently he told the New York Times, Andrew Ross Sorkin, quote, "If we're talking about Trump, I think it's very interesting. I'm actually very optimistic this time around." Yeah, well, no wonder, right? No wonder you told the Washington Post, don't endorse Kamala Harris. Don't you dare do it. Don't you dare do it. You know why? Because I'm really looking forward to working with Trump to gut regulations. He says, I'm very hopeful about this. He seems to have a lot of energy around reducing regulation. And my point of view, if I can help him do that, I'm going to help him. Because we do have too much regulation in this country. And there it is. Class solidarity will always trump everything else. And these billionaires all have class solidarity. Remember, it's the 99% versus the rest of us. It ain't red versus blue, America. It's the wealthy and their sycophants versus the rest of us. Okay? As far as regulations go, by the way, we got to get rid of regulations. There's too much regulations in this country. Regulations are just rules put in place to prevent companies from screwing us over, from dumping waste in our rivers, streams, or like in our backyards, poisoning our children. Okay? It's funny that they sit there and claim that, oh my God, business overregulated. We're overtaxed and overregulated, while they continue, these businesses, very same businesses, post record profits and are able to buy up all their competition. So they don't have competition. It's just a complete and utter farce. Okay? Look, if anything, the problem here is regulatory capture by these corporations. That's when the agencies supposedly responsible for protecting consumers actually come under the control of the very industries that they're supposed to regulate. We've already had that problem. Now that problem is going to get far, far worse. So expect more of that from this billionaires cabinet. More tax cuts for the rich, more deregulation, just more more of a robbery enacted on the American people. Expect them to assist Trump with that robbery, because that's what's going to happen. This next administration, it is going to contain, I think, one of the biggest upward transfers of wealth in American history. I think it'll make the Gilded Age seem very nice and modest. So, buckle up, everybody. Things are going to get bad. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.